Yeah, I would
We've
just
all
say
been there.
stream it now because you're already overdue for your bicentennial cancellation.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Isn't
Father
that
O'Neill.
150
Yeah,
years?
that's what I thought.
No, isn't bicentennial twice a year?
No, I think bicentennial. Cent
It's
implies 100.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I used the
Biannual.
biannual.
I'm surprised, Father.
I don't know, I thought you were
Usually
like a
you're on top
genius.
of that stuff.
It's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
bicentennial is like we're celebrating the bicentennial of the Civil War right now, probably.
No, you're right. His
wouldn't go-
biannual cancellation.
What if Leo's great-great-great-great-grandfather had something to do with the Civil War and he got canceled as well? Maybe he was in the Mexican-American War.
I'm sure.
That Federico Dottavio fucking like raped a supply girl.
I'm sure some of the Dottavios along the line. I mean, I come from not only on both my mother and father's side, shady gentlemen with mistresses and a lot of pussy in the lineage.
What did Federico Dottavio, what do you think he did to a native girl he found when he was in Argentina?
Oh my God, dude! He probably was like enamored with her freshly unshaven vagina. No,
I know exactly
shaven
what he
vagina.
did.
He didn't have a
They
lot. She
shaved
didn't have a lot of
pussies
hair.
back then.
Yeah, well, I believe the Native Americans had less hair, just in general. I mean, as you know, Native Americans don't have as much hair as like an Armenian girl. Or
I'm
like,
getting scientific Leo over here.
I know
Sounds
exactly
right.
what Federico Dottavio did.
oh,
What'd he do?
God, what?
So he found a native girl who didn't gather up enough gold for the week.
Yeah.
So he chopped her hand off,
Oh.
and then he took the hand and went home and jacked off with it.
Oh my God, Father O'Neill, you.
That probably is what happened. He probably did that. And then Federico Dottavio probably found that same native girl a couple weeks later when she had gathered enough gold, and he put her on the back of his horse behind Federico, and he pulled up in front of a saloon, and he got an around the back horseback blowjob.
Federico Dottavio for sure did, and then somehow he got it. Like I guess in order to mass text somebody or something like Twitter would be like the town square. You think he got up in front of the town and said, "You need my big dicketh"?
I think he might have. I think he stood on a soapbox during a general town gathering. Maybe the mayor had something to say. And then after they were packing up, the speeches were over, Federico Dottavio hopped up and announced that he had a big penis in Spanish.
It's funny. I mean, it's hilarious that so many years people have been doing the dick, like not dick pic, but drawing dicks. Like for example, any of the cultures in the pyramids or any of there's always phallic symbols. What do you think phallic symbols were? Where they drew just big penises. People, they call them phallic symbols.
You're
in art
referring
history.
to the Egyptian obelisk, for instance.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
In art history, they always explain it's a phallic symbol. No, dude, it was guys like us drawing dicks on the wall.
Okay. So you think
Really?
King Ramses was a big prankster,
Yes.
and him and his most trusted scribe were like, hey, dude, I bet we can get some of those Jewish slaves
Yeah.
to spend like 5 years
Yeah.
and 300 of their lives to make a giant dick statue in the middle of Egypt.
Well, that would be funny, actually.
But then they're like, well, how do we explain it to people? We can't say we're
You don't
doing
think
that.
that's 100% accurate? That's what happened.
And then
dude.
Ramses gets out there and he's like, I decree through the commands of Anubis above that the god of Ra shall build an obelisk in our honor.
Yes.
You know, he dressed it up in some bullshit Egyptian mythology.
Yeah.
He pulled out the Book of the Dead and then read a couple passages aloud in order to consecrate it, but it was really just dick art.
Of course, of course. I
you're
think that they've lost kind of. I think there's no sense of humor in the past, and when there should be, you know.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the humor is there, but it was lost in historical translation.
Yes.
We see the cocks, but we don't hear the sniggering,
Yeah.
and we don't see the elbow nudges.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
There was these little like I went to an Aztec exhibit from Mexico, and there was these little statues, and they had cocks that were the same size as the guys. You don't think they laughed when
Yeah.
they made those statues?
Yeah.
I can't believe that they're still around after all these years. But there was these little adobe men with giant cocks, the same size as their fucking bodies.
We're
You
gonna
think
do
there was a real guy that had that kind of cock?
we're gonna do a role play right now. All right, you're a fucking woman. You're George Washington's wife.
Oh my God. Okay. George, where are we going?
George, you.
Okay.
You be like churning butter or something.
I'm knitting.
Madam Washington, I regret to inform you, as head surgeon of the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area,
Yes.
that your husband has passed.
No.
Yes.
From what?
He fell from his horse, and me, as the head medical practitioner, it was my call. I take all responsibility. I thought it would be a good idea to slit open the back of his head and let 3 quarts of blood pour forth onto the pavement.
Well, why'd you do
Did
that?
they have pavement back there? Pour forth onto the cobblestone.
Why'd you do that?
Because, as the head medical professional of my time, bloodletting is a practice I frequently resort to.
Oh, darn it, he's dead?
Yes, and we need to build something in his honor.
Well, what should we build?
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about penis humor?
Well, me and my girlfriends think it's hilarious.
Yes.
We love seeing a big
Yes.
phallus.
I say we erect a massive 3-colored penis in the middle of Washington, D.C. and pretend it is a salute to the Egyptians.
Oh, that's fantastic. I like it. Will it be
Yes.
named after George?
Yes.
He had a completely average penis, even below average, but
nobody will know that based on the scale of this statue.
fantastic. So in future civilizations, they will all talk about how big his penis is.
Yes, if you can
Perfect.
fulfill one request for me right
Okay.
now.
Yes. What are you suggesting?
You must suck my dick before construction begins.
Oh, I've heard of this. I've heard of the French girls doing this. Okay, I'll try my best.
That whole bit would have died a miserable death if I wasn't able to get the mic down by my zipper.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was
The zip
nice.
sound was good.
Zipper was good.
That was solid.